He's worked with American legends.
Johnny Cash was a fantastic person, but at the same time,
He claims he can see your future.
they say I am a seer, but I didn't give myself that title.
And he lives right here in northern New York. In Native American culture, there's a designated person in each community that's known for their spiritual insight, who claim that through animals, environment, dreams, and spiritual counsel, they can help foresee future events. Ted Silverhand is one of these tellers or seers that's been doing it for over 50 years. I sat down with him at his home in Redwood. What does it mean to be a seer?
I see into things of the past, present, and what's going to be coming.
Included for Ted in those things that were to be coming were myself and my crew. We were a few minutes late to the interview.
Like before you came, there was a bee that flew into the garage downstairs, and the bee told me that you were on your way and that you were running behind time, because I was ready to throw the towel in and go. But the bee, and this was a huge bee, a bumblebee, came in, and that's when you pulled up, and I guess you were driving a bee. and so animals, insects, they also tell us things.
Okay, so explain this to me. So there's a bee in your garage, and he tells you that we're a few minutes behind.
Yeah, the bee
the bee is not articulating that with words. What is that experience like for you?
The bee was about this big, and came in. Got the TV on in the garage, and it's just that I look up and they're on their way. He's on his way. And it's okay. So this is why when you pulled up, I was walking to the door there because you were on your way. The dogs didn't bark upstairs. Yeah, nothing like that. So it's just that everything has a message with the subconscious, huh?
So how do you hear the message?
If you hear voices, go to see a shrink. But you go through, you hear through your subconscious or into the dream time, because I traveled in the dream time at nighttime, where I go to see, or if there's a thing that you're suffering with, if I don't see it at the time of the reading, then they may bring me into the dream time.
Ted certainly isn't talking to animals or the environment around him, but instead is picking up on natural cues and listening to a counsel brought to him through his spirituality. So how does that work on your end, though? So somebody calls you on the phone,
Yes.
or walks into your office, has their questions of things they want to know. How do you get the answers? Is there a spiritual guide that you're asking?
Oh, yeah. When they walk in and sit down, I have a council around me, a council of elders on the other side, and I'm kind of prepared as they sit down. By the time they sit down in that room, and I go through with my eagle feather and stuff and go through that, and then they're putting things into this thing, they're ready to talk. So it's like, as I say, I am a cold seer, which means don't ask me questions, I'll talk first. Then you have your list of questions. It's to qualify myself to you. I do know what I'm talking about.
And while he is proud to qualify himself to you through this personalized way, Ted is renowned in his field, keeping his bags packed at the bottom of his stairs, always ready to hit the road as he's hired by governments, celebrities, and everyday people to tell their futures through this Native American tradition passed down to him through generations of his family. So this is a family business for you. Your parents were seers, right?
Yes.
And your grandparents were seers?
Yep.
How were they able to mentor you through this process?
Sitting and listening to stories that they would tell, and in looking at a person and telling you about the things about the person before the person would sit down. The interesting story is a little boy with my sister and brother would go to the train station and we would sit on a bench and someone would walk by and my father would be standing there and he would pop, tell me about that person. And I would have to say something. We would have to say something about that person or something, or at the bus station. We were watchers, but just to practice with them. You know, we were watchers and seers and that. And so it was getting us acclimated into understanding the gifts and to be able to study people. People are very interesting people if you are a people watcher. And watch people, everybody's different. And that's, God bless us for that. And to them, each one has, and as my father said, the great mystery was so perfect. Everyone has their own way of doing things. No one does anything the same. Everybody has a unique way of doing that.
In those unique ways of life, including that very unique way for Seer Ted Silverhand, he said comes critics and non-believers. His answer for them comes from his grandmother.
My grandmother says, no matter what, we see things. And looking into things and to talk about those things when people ask, but not to take it away from them. If they feel that they don't want to know this, do not say anything to them, but walk away. Respect each person's privacy, because we are all students of life on this earth. There's not a graduate among us here. As I your teacher, so you are mine. If you by chance meet someone with all the answers, beware. You may be dealing with a fool. Stay away from that one. Yeah, always remember that.
After the break, Ted's way of life.
Like they are nobodies, because we're all somebodies.
And coming up later.
First of all, Johnny Cash was a fantastic person, but at the same time,